This is the Xsense Alarm Listener Kit with 3 listeners and voice location. I have a bunch of Xsense stuff. I think very highly of their products, and this one was sent to me for evaluation purposes so I could show it to you, but all opinions are going to be my own. And as you can see, it came packaged very nicely, arrived safely. What is an alarm listener, you ask? Well, this unit or kit basically gives you a way to monitor via the Xsense app any smoke alarm or CO2 detector that you currently have in your home, as long as it makes an audible sound when it's triggered, as long as it beeps. It makes any alarm a smart alarm. It's basically a free personal alarm monitoring system that ties into your home or office Wi-Fi that will send you real-time notifications on your phone if one of them is triggered. And that is pretty awesome. And I'll show you how to set all this up. It's pretty super simple, and it has actually voice controls on here, and it walks you right through it. So it's awesome. So here's what you get with this. You get the SBS50 base station. The great thing about the SBS50 base station is if you have other Xsense products that work with the SBS50, you can tie up to 50 different devices into one base station. For instance, if you had this XS01M smoke detector, a mini smoke detector, you could tie that into this base system. So you've already got that. If you've got like a hygrometer by Xsense, you can tie that into there. If you've got one of their driveway alarms, motion detectors, you can tie that into there. So with this kit, you're going to get the base station, like I said, and you get 3 listeners. And as you can see, they're pretty small and compact, which I like. They look big in the pictures, but they are not. It's important to note that these listeners don't actually detect fire or smoke or CO2 by themselves. What they do is they go off of the audio alarm of your existing smoke detector, and I'll test it and we'll show you. Another cool thing about this base station is that it also has voice alerts with location. And what that means is you've got an option in here as you assign each of these units in the app. You're going to name it one of 17 different designations. For instance, if you name one of them kitchen and the kitchen alarm goes off, the base unit will audibly tell you that the kitchen alarm has been triggered. Also, when one of these units is triggered, they all go off. Any unit that is connected to the base station will go off when one of these is triggered. Let's say you have a listener in the garage and you're in the garage and the one in the attic goes off. The listener in the garage will audibly tell you that the attic listener has been triggered, and I think that's pretty cool. So they've given us about a 3-foot long cable, which is great. You actually get a charging block that comes with it. You don't always get those. I like that. These listeners run on AAA batteries, and they've actually given you 6 batteries to go with it. Everything you need is here. They've given you the hardware to mount it. Super simple. 2 holes. They've got anchors in here for drywall and concrete if you want, and the screws. Everything you need is here. Let's say we're going to use this listener with this smoke alarm right here. You want to put it no closer than 2 inches and no farther away than 6 inches. And you can see on the side here, there's a little port that is actually the listening device. We've got holes all the way outside of this unit, so we're going to make sure we want to point this towards where the beep's going to come from. And of course, they've given you a really, really nice set of instructions. They're easy to read. They've given you a QR code in here for scan, so you can go right to the app on here. Let's go ahead and set up this base station and test one of these guys out. It's pretty simple, following the instructions. You plug this in, you can see it's flashing yellow. We're going to hit the plus sign here, and we are going to add a base station. We have the SBS50. Now it's simple, scan the QR code. There it is. We're going to press this for 5 seconds. Operation confirmed, it's flashing yellow. It's searching for the unit itself. Now it wants me to connect to my Wi-Fi, which we will do. Now it's searching for the device.
Connecting to Wi-Fi.
How about that? I just put my Wi-Fi password in. It saw it. It connected to it. Next thing we're going to...
Wi-Fi connected.
There you go. Next thing we're going to do is connect the listeners that we're going to use to the base unit. So now we're going to go to smoke alarms, CO listeners. We have the SAL100. We're going to set a location for that. It's going to be the basement. We're going to hit next. We're going to quickly press the LED button twice. Tap next.
Ready to add a device. Connected to base station.
There you go. How easy was that? Let's test it. Let's test it with one of these guys. Make sure we got it in the right spot.
Smoke alarm detected.
How about that? Test successful.
The test is finished.
All right, let's test this thing and see if it sends us a notification. I think it might have updated itself. So let's test the smoke alarm.
Smoke alarm detected.
Look at that. Alarm listener in basement has received alarm signals from a smoke alarm. An instant real-time notification. That is pretty awesome. I love that. All right, so these listeners will work with any brand of audible fire alarm or CO2 alarm, battery operated, hardwired. It doesn't matter as long as they beep. They have an audible alert on them. They're super lightweight. They're really easy to install. 2 screws. You get free monitoring and free real-time notifications right here on your phone. And they have given us everything that we need to get set up and get going.